even get an answer. I tried to call, but my pride wouldn't let me die. And I'm sitting here with this blank expression. And the way I feel, I wanna curl up like a child. I know you can hear me. I know you can feel me. I can't live without you. God, please make me better. I wish I wasn't the way I am.
Told you once, I told you twice. You can see it in my eyes. I'm all cried out with nothing to say. You're everything I wanted to be. If you could only see, your heart belongs to me. I love you so much, I'm yearning for your touch. Come and set me free, forever yours I'll be. Baby, won't you come take this pain away?
Last night, couldn't even get an answer.
You said you couldn't get an answer, baby.
Tried to call, but my pride wouldn't let me die.
That should never stop you.
And I'm sitting here
Sitting there,
with this blank expression.
I can't reach your mind, baby.
The way I feel,
The way I feel,
I wanna curl up like a child.
baby. I need you and you need me. This is so plain to see, and I will never let you go. And I will always love you, so I will. You could only see, your heart belongs to me. I love you so much, I'm yearning for your touch. Come and set me free, forever yours I'll be. Baby, won't you come take this pain away?
Last night,
Oh, last night,
couldn't even get an answer.
oh baby, what do you wanna do to me?
Tried to call,
Alright,
but my pride wouldn't let me die.
why would you just tell me, baby?
And I'm sitting here with this blank expression.
Don't say that, baby, no, no,
The
no.
way I feel,
Alright,
curl up like a child.
I'm so lonely,
Tell me
baby.
what words to say to make you come back. Don't break me like that. When nothing matters, I'd rather stay home with you. I'm never alone. Don't wanna wait till you're alone. Whenever you do, just don't leave me.
Last night, couldn't even get an answer. Tried to call, but my pride wouldn't let me die. With this blank expression, and the way I feel, I wanna curl up like a child. this blank expression. And the way I feel, I wanna curl up like a child.
Why don't you pick up the phone and dial up my
Shit ain't funny not picking up the motherfucking phone. I start fucking playing with a nigga's feelings like that. You know how much I love you, right? For those couple of seconds though, when I couldn't get in touch with you, I really come over your house and shoot that motherfucker up. Fucking dumb bitch. You better motherfucking not be there when I get over that house.
Don't think he need to be talking about going on nobody's house shooting. They probably used that. They probably used that song against him. Oh Lord, what's good? What's good with it, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like I always say, I do not own the commentary to the or the rights to the music or to the commentary. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all know what it is. Appreciate everybody that come over here and rock with your boy. Let me get this set up. Yeah. Let me get this. Let me get this set up over here. Hold on, y'all. Let me get this set up over here. Oh. Okay. Okay. Let me get this set up. Where we at with it? Okay. Itty bitty ditty, can't you see? Somehow your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your fancy ways. Cassie was broke, but now she paid. What's good with it, hey child? What's happening, baby? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Um, Let me get this one thing set up right quick. So, can y'all please say proclamatory misconduct? Please. Can we say proclamatory misconduct? Okay, which one is it? Okay, there we go. Okay, now y'all see that? Okay. Okay, you see that? See that, HI? Okay. Now, let me read a couple of things off to y'all. Because I done had the damn near, I ain't even gonna lie, I damn near had to write all this shit all the way out when I heard that prosecutor misconduct shit going on. No, it don't mean he free or nothing like that. So don't get your hopes up too high. They still gonna continue the trial. You know what I'm saying? You know they ain't gonna let that nigga go that easy. We ain't gonna say all that now. But you know what I seen that's strange? All these civil lawsuits that he had against him, right? How come none of those are brought into his case, in his criminal case, right? I always wondered that, and we're gonna talk about this bombing thing. Oh yeah, we got to go there, baby. We definitely got to go there, and this prostitution charge. People, you got to understand that this prostitution charge is not. I mean, it's only as bad as it is. You know what I'm saying? It's only bad if it's federal. Okay, a prostitution charge is a charge that you can almost anybody can walk and get a bond on. So we gotta gotta understand that. Okay, and I don't have the whole facts on all of it, word for word. Don't argue now, but prostitution charge ain't all that. That ain't shit. And I keep wondering why the internet making it sound like they recovered so many drugs out the damn hotel room, or even really out his crib. But as I understand it, there was some damn X pills that they found out at his crib when they did the raid. X pills is consistent of like a lot of drugs, a lot of different mixtures of kinds of drugs. I don't know how many X pills they found or whatever.
But it ain't like they found no damn keys of cocaine in his house or even in his hotel rooms or nothing. But they did find, of course, they did find out it was some drugs um, that they put that's being put into those eye drops though. I did hear about that. I did hear about that, and the fact of them having this, they got a drink or something they be sipping on or some shit that Cassie and Diddy they personally be sipping on with some GHB and that shit. Okay, I listen. I'm just telling you what I hear. Okay, and I want to know. And another thing I want to know about that expert witness that the government brought up there on the stand. About that expert witness. I'm not pretty sure she was that credible. Now, you know what I'm saying? All they asked her about was some, if in case y'all didn't say, all they asked her about was some patterns of some spouse abuse and shit. They asked her, did she review the, they asked her, did she even review the case? And she responded, no. In fact, the only videos of the freak offs that came out was located in Cassie's devices, right? Okay. She didn't do no she didn't interview Cassie. She said no to that. All this is all said by this expert witness lady, right? Then the lady this lady she she only testified for the prosecution before. She never even testified never for the defense. And I'm hearing that she gets getting paid like $6,000 a day just to do that shit, right? Okay? And she never even published a research paper. Now how are you a specialist, a psychoanalyst, and you never even published a paper? Okay, okay, HR, I hear you. But how you never even published a paper though? Let's keep it 100. Why I don't even know why they even would put that lady on the stand. Cause and she never even interviewed Cassie before this trial. I'm not getting that. That's crazy. And Cassie the star witness. It really don't even make that lady was credible. And this is all during um court the other day, right before the break, right? I just didn't understand that. I want to give y'all two before we really get started and get into the gist of everything. I want to give y'all two a heads up, right? Um, I'm gonna be doing another live too. Um, Now this don't have nothing exactly do with the case like that, but this got something to do with the connections that Diddy got with the higher ups and certain people. You know what I mean? So we're gonna be going and digging into this. I got a little bit more research to do, but we gotta find out like his connections and stuff with and everything. We're gonna go over this about his little connections he got with Clive Davis, all the stuff, with Russell Simmons. Of course, we know he over there running Rush Def Jam and Rush Management. Um we got a guy named Brett Ratmere. He has a direct connection to Diddy too. Him and this other guy that I saw when I was looking over this information name, a guy named Benjamin Nahu. Okay. And then we got another guy by the name of Alan Dershowitz. He the one who represented Epstein. And then of course we got Andre Harrell of Uptown. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a little live about something about that too, finding out, digging into some shit and just finding out the connections and everything with him and Diddy and all that. So, but all these people, I can tell you this, that all these people have been accused of propelling P. Diddy into the into the patterns of criminal behavior, into the patterns of criminal behavior for which he is now they claiming for Diddy to be so infamous. I'm gonna put it like that. Him to be so infamous, okay? Okay? They use drugs and alcohol to compromise Diddy's manhood. Suge Knight said. Suge Knight was just saying this recently. Okay? I got a little clip up here. I might play that too, or some stuff that Suge Knight was saying. Um um okay, no, I don't want y'all to go look that up. Okay. So no, I don't want y'all to go look that up now. Like I said, y'all gonna give me work with me. I had to rewrite some of this shit. This shit was crazy, man. The way this stuff turned out today. A lot of stuff went on. Um, I don't know why the reporters are talking about the witnesses are nodding their head at P Diddy while they on the stand like they afraid of him and all this mess. Like, come on, really? They just I say they not afraid of P Diddy. They just paid pound. Come on now, we got to keep it 100. Um, then you had the lady Capricorn, right? So that's the big old talk now. That's the big old thing that's going on right now. So let's go over here to Jesse and Elizabeth, and let's see what they're saying about Miss Capricorn. Okay.
Most important thing is
Mm,
fix. I mentioned
nip. What? That can't be it. Let's see. Okay, hold on, y'all. I'm looking for this one. Okay. Okay, well we could let's do this. Let's start with this one. Damn. Mm. Okay, let's start with this one, y'all. Damn. I gotta go back and
Not Levy. Suge Knight doesn't hold back. He might be in prison for killing a man, running him down with a car in Compton, but that doesn't mean he's not sharing what's on his mind, especially when it comes to Sean Combs. Following his arrest on sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges. Combs has pleaded not guilty to those charges, which appear at this point to involve one victim, Cassie Ventura, Combs' longtime ex-girlfriend, who sued him last November. Combs settled that lawsuit the next day. Then came a flurry of other lawsuits filed by other accusers, including women and even a man, record producer Rodney Little Rod Jones. Combs has denied ever sexually assaulting anyone, but a video aired by CNN in May showed that Combs beat Cassie Ventura in a hotel hallway back in 2016. This happened in Los Angeles. Combs apologized a couple of days later on Instagram. So what does Suge Knight have to say about this? And why is anyone interested in what he has to say? Well, Knight and Combs go way back. and it wasn't always pretty. In the mid 90s, there was the so called East Coast West Coast feud where Combs had rapper Biggie Smalls at Bad Boy Records and Knight had signed Tupac Shakur at his Death Row Records. Shakur was murdered in Vegas in 1996, and Biggie Smalls was shot to death in LA the following spring. But that was a long time ago, almost 30 years ago now. And we're talking about what's going on today and the allegations being made against Sean Combs. Suge Knight is currently doing time in a California prison for running over a man and killing him. He'll be eligible for parole in 2034. Knight might be behind bars, but that doesn't mean he's not doing things or a lot to say.
We just have to really work hard back today.
Suge Knight actually hosts a podcast entitled Collect Call with Suge Knight, where he calls from prison and talks about a lot of things. And this week, he called Chris Cuomo on News Nation, and he had a lot to say about Sean Combs and what's going on with his case and allegations of. What he talked about is whether or not he believes Sean Combs is safe being in jail. Sean Combs didn't want to be in jail. He wanted to post bail, a bail of $50 million, but the judge denied that request. He's in the MDC, and that's a federal prison with a really awful reputation. Knight was asked whether he thinks Combs is safe behind bars.
I don't ever want to say he's in danger, and neither should he say that. Because once he gets to the point where they feel he's going to be suicidal to himself, harmful to himself, once they put him on suicide watch, you have the rights to nothing. No socks, no drawers, no T-shirt, no blanket, no sheets. You asshole naked in a cell as a crazy man. So he definitely don't want to do that. And the other advice I would tell him, maybe he should get on the Jewish diet. Because the kosher meals is way better than the food somebody else is making for you. At least they're going to come hot. They're going to come sealed, and you got to be the one to open them. That's very important.
What about people trying to hurt him?
Go to jail. One of the things is this. I don't care who you are. Prison and jail is a negative environment. If somebody can do something to them and get a name for themselves, they're going to actually do it. Or if they can do whatever they feel they got to do to prove themselves. But we also got to learn. We got to learn from our mistakes. Everything don't have to be a mistake. You got to better yourself. But we all know what we sign up for in life.
Suge Knight is obviously in prison, and we know a lot about him because he's a celebrity, of course. He grew up in Compton. He played football at UNLV, and then he came back to Compton and founded Death Row Records. But do you want to know more about him, maybe about his criminal and traffic records? I went to Truthfinder to see what I could find. Suge's first name is really Marion. I put in Marion Knight, and his criminal and traffic records come up. It shows Suge Knight was charged in 1994 with felony.
And so y'all hear what Suge's saying now. And he was saying, just let people know, look, you ain't got to be afraid to go to the stand and go up on the stand and go and, and say what you say what it is, what you did with P. Diddy, or, what happened, what you seen during your time that you was at Bad Boy, whether you was an employee, worked for Diddy, this and that and the third, you ain't got to be afraid of none of that. You ain't got to worry about that. This is the one, but this is the clip I actually wanted to show y'all. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. This is the clip that I actually wanted to show y'all. So let's go here. This is the one. Okay.
Into this predicate crimes for racketeering. You need to prove two.
Hey, yo, I apologize for that, y'all. Can y'all hear me? I promise you, it was not my fault. That's Twix, God and the weather. Can y'all still hear me? Let me know if y'all still hear me. I don't know what in the world. I don't know what in the world. Hold on. Can y'all hear me? Okay, that shit was crazy. Okay, I'm not getting it. That
And that Cassie asked if Kid Cudi could join the two on a hike. Be able to see who was calling her. He might also be able to see Cassie. Um, Capricorn, she had on her phone because she was afraid that they would all get killed. And so there was an objection made. That objection was sustained. And so there were a lot of objections here and there, especially when it came to the threats of being killed made by the defense. And so another alleged threat about being killed. But again, the objection was sustained. Capricorn explained that she all of a sudden heard a loud banging at her apartment one day. And she said that she looked through the people. She saw Diddy was there, and Diddy was upset. He was pacing open the door, and Diddy was still upset. But she described Diddy wearing kind of a button-down shirt. He was wearing a sweater. He was wearing slacks that were ripped, exposing
say this right quick. I got two things. Okay, can y'all see? This is one thing. Hold on. My whole thing is I don't understand why are they still. I got an echo on here. You can't take a. Let me say this right quick. You can't take a fingerprint off the door and you turn it in to evidence, and then the evidence come up missing, but they turn around and find a piece of hair follicle in this man's car while it was burning. While it was burning, after they put the fire out or whatever. Luckily, I guess that the DNA evidence of the piece of hair didn't burn up, which is crazy, I think. But they found out that it was a female DNA. Okay, so now, now the prosecution is because they can't consider all the evidence of the DNA. What they do is they have uh, they have an arsenal investigator up there on the stand, but the defense is like, you know what? We can't use no arsenal investigator to be on the stand when he's not the does not the detective that even proved the evidence. And that was a good move by the defense. I give it to him on that. That was a smart thing. That was a very smart thing they did. But that's why they had prosecutory conduct. Y'all. I gotta find out where this echo was here. Very good thing. Hold up. Let me see if I can find this echo. No. I don't know why it's two things. Okay, let me say this right quick. They saying that that was mentioned too, and then was having a problem with Diddy also too. This was still was in 2002. Diddy's former sister says she was under a lie detector for 5 days. She was being threatened to throw what? Oh, they threatening her to go in the East River because they couldn't get a good read off her, right? It was doing questions, and she was supposed to be, I guess, stealing from Diddy. Now I know it was a Cartier watch. It was a mention of two other things that I didn't really catch, but it was like three things, and they questioned her and put her on the lie detector for like 5 days. I did hear about that. She would name too what was being used as in freak-offs at hotel rooms. And again, stuff like cameras, doors, the Astroglass stuff, etc. The IV drop with the what you call the stuff, the MD, MA drugs in it, but they didn't find anything in the baby oil. So what did the baby oil have to do with them raiding P. Diddy crib? I don't know what that had to do with it. When they went in originally to go look for, was supposed to be looking for those cameras in that man's crib. Then they found the gun. One of them had scratch off serial numbers. We just talked about that in the last live. So the other day, of course, Diddy's attorney was asking for Kid Cudi's testimony to be struck, alleging there was no sophisticated evidence Diddy to put that bomb in his car. For one, the bomb could be passed through several hands, so it was legally irrelevant because it was only Kid Cudi's opinion. This is what they were saying by Kid Cudi came off the stand. There was also no confession, no receipts that was recovered, and then partial DNA. Like I said, a half life. So there was no full report of the incident, and because it was no report of the incident, then they didn't want to make it look like the prosecution was trying to lead the jurors to believe it. But see, the evidence, the things is done already now. Now everything already put out there. So it's still in their head. So now they still gonna keep going with the trial, but you know, there's and the charges I'm thinking that they got with them for forced labor was the was this young lady Capricorn. She made a good witness for she the only one that I think really made a good witness. Her and Cass. Capricorn was slave and coercive was and Cassie, I'm thinking maybe driving for far as Nikki Better, of course, was sex trafficking and the racket. So I'm thinking that's how that's go. Okay. So since this, well, we went over that, right? So the defense alleged in no way that this will be a fair trial, and the prosecution pres- is being prejudicial. The defense filed a motion that they want to be able to talk about the DNA being discovered on the evidence. They wanted to let the Arsenal investigator of the FDA use the DNA as evidence, but the defense is saying that the Arsenal officers was not the original officers. So, so the um, so the judge denied that, and you got to admit, now, it was like I said, it was a good call because you would want the right person who do the DNA to be on the stand. And the thing was that this partial DNA of a female being found, which would lead the jury to believe that it was other DNA that could be found, or was that like the only DNA that they ever found? That would be a good question that they want to bring up. So that's the reason it wasn't that. I mean, it's not like you can ask a fireman to do a detective job, right? Just being honest, keeping it 100. And what this also means that they would have to retrial, do a retrial duty, and start all over. And they also this Montel bomb. In case y'all wondering what that is, it was supposed to be made of an old English bottle with a toothpick in it to light it. But there was no fingerprint found on there. Okay, if there was fingerprints on there, them trying to match it up with the fingerprint that Kid Cudi found at his home that was supposed to be on the door between 2011 and 12, it got lost. So what was they gonna do at this point? It wasn't nothing else to do. Ain't nothing else to do about that. And one of the questions that the jury had to think to themselves was like, okay, Capricorn Flight, was she forced to go over there, or did she go willingly to Kid Cudi crib at 5 o'clock in the 6 o'clock in the morning? That's something that the jury had to have. Or did she go voluntarily? So we really won't know the outcome of it. Uh, I think um, who was this person? I know the stylist. They got a stylist person that Diddy and Kathy Goldfish do. They supposed to be testifying tomorrow. So we really won't know what's gonna happen about this cocktail bomb so maybe after tomorrow to see what happens. You know what I'm saying? So it's just this internet that threw me all off. And that's what the lie. Shit. Let's go here. Hmm.
But that doesn't mean he's not sharing what's on his mind, especially when it comes to Sean Combs. Combs, of course, is in a federal prison right now, being held without bond following his arrest on sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges. Combs is, which
Can y'all hear that? Oh, this is all. Now y'all know my point, right? Because like I told y'all earlier on, once we started this case about the trip out, like I told y'all, your past catches up with you. Karma is a bitch. I won't admit that. I'm not here to advocate, but I do believe a man should just be locked up for what he did, not what you think he did, or what they would want him to be locked up for. You know what I'm saying? That's the part. But Yeah, I'm getting ready to shut this live down. It's messed up right now. Something ain't working right with this internet on this end. So I see it's bad weather out here, raining, you know. So I don't want to do. I don't want to continue with this. So I apologize to the while. So yeah. So we'll have to pick on this a little bit. This right here ain't working for me. It's got some echoing going on. Can't get rid of it. But until then, I appreciate y'all coming back, checking it out, and we'll be back. Until then, I'm out.